Why, hello, and welcome to our show. It is Sunday, October 4th, 2020. And, okay, Zach, I already know you can hear me, so we're good there. I've got audio meters. Hello, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hold on. Sorry, rip everyone's ears. Okay. I'm sorry, can you talk again? I just want to check and make sure everything's working. Perfect. Cool. Okay. I was attempting to make some changes to some audio stuff, and it didn't work out the way I wanted it to, and so I needed to make sure that just check and make sure that all of our audio stuff is correct this week. So anyway, yeah. We're gonna get started right away with this. So I did a thing yesterday by accident. Yeah. Hold on. Zach, I would like to direct your attention to the little window in the corner of your, because you can see the stream, right?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull this up here. Full screen. You ready, Zach?
What did you do?
I want to see your reaction. Hold on.
Is that a phone?
That is a phone.
What did you do to it?
Is it not obvious?
Looks like you detonated it.
I may or may not have sort of kind of blown up the battery. Whoops. The guy was totally cool. He was totally cool with it. So anyway, yeah, so here's what happened basically is, this is an iPhone 7 right here, right? And you can actually kind of see it if you, if I pull the mouse over here. Can you see this little piece right here? I don't know if you can see the mouse.
It's too small. I can't really see it.
Let's see here. How about now?
My window's too small. That little piece, okay, I can see that kind of.
So that is a piece of adhesive right there. Okay. There's two of them. There's one on the other side, and I had successfully pulled that one out. This one, these strips have it, and you can kind of see it at the back here. It's pretty charred, but these strips have a tendency to break very, very easily, especially if they get snagged on something. So what had happened is conveniently this one ripped, right? Now, here's the thing, is that this has happened hundreds and hundreds of over the 2 years that I have done iPhones, right? This has happened multiple times. It usually happens at least once or twice per phone. So anyway, what our typical action is, or route, is to bend the battery slightly. And we bent batteries pretty well before, right? However, in this scenario here, in this case, I bent the battery up and I saw a spark.
Boom.
Actually, it wasn't really a boom.
No, batteries don't do that.
No, it was kind of like somebody set off a smoke bomb, though. That was pretty much what it was like. But yeah, I saw this little spark, and I was like, ah, crap. Psst. It filled the entire back room with smoke. And the whole thing was over in about 5 seconds.
That'll do, yeah.
And we have this bucket full of powder, right? But here's the problem with that, is that in this scenario, you're not going to pick up the phone.
No, you're not.
So they kind of expect you to, like, take the phone and throw it into this bucket. And that's when I was like, oh, shoot, I need to pick up the phone and get it into the bucket. How exactly am I going to do? Oh, okay, it's over. Yeah, because by the time I was like, kind of coming up with ideas in my head, it was already over. So anyway, yeah. But no, I knew exactly when I saw that spark that I was like, oh, this is not going to be good. So anyway, yeah. Miraculously, the motherboard, or as Apple calls it, the logic board. So the logic board was fine. The SIM card tray was a little deformed. If that guy ever needs to get a SIM card out of his phone, he's probably going to have to come and see us. And miraculously, the home button was okay, too.
You're telling me this phone was operable?
After
what happened to it?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh, thanks. What was that phone?
Well, no. So here's what we did. We took the logic board out of this, and we took the home button, and then we put those onto... We had a couple of other phones, that iPhone 7s, that we had broken the home buttons on before. And so we basically just took the logic board and the home button and then transplanted that into one of these other phones, other cases. So yeah. So this is still there, minus the logic board and its home button that goes along with it. So the guy was totally cool. He's like, stuff happens. But no, he was actually in the store when it happened, and so I'm sure he heard it. He definitely smelt it. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do afterwards. And he's like, how bad is it? I was like, well, it looks worse than it actually is. Your phone's still fine. It still turns on. It still works just fine. So yeah, anyway. Let's see. Hold on. I need to look at something real quick. Huh. Interesting. Okay. I just got a text. Some dude is like trying to deliver a car to... Oh. Well, we'll see what happens. Sorry for the long pause there. Yeah, so here's another thing. So our particular entity has, or had, I should say, a delivery van. Well, the engine blew up, basically.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
And it's been... Oh, my goodness. This van was horrible, though. It would always break down. Consistently go through tires. So anyway, they're supposed to be replacing it with the exact same model from another store. So, yeah, anyway. So I wonder if that's maybe what that's about. I'm not quite sure. But anyway... So, yeah, so lithium-ion batteries. Look, I never said that they weren't dangerous. And yes, you have to be careful with them. But here's the thing. They didn't burn the store down or anything. It made it smell horrible for a while. And it possibly could have destroyed the phone, but it didn't. So anyway, yeah. But there you go. Yeah. So that was how my day started on Saturday. So I opened the store at 8 o'clock. This guy came in a little before 8:30. So I haven't been there that long, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So I couldn't believe what I had done, because I was like, oh wow, I've never done that before. So I was a little bit in shock. But anyway, so moral of the story is we just need to be careful about how far we bend batteries in the future, because coincidentally, our manager did that the week prior.
Ooh, how embarrassing for him.
Well, it was the second time he's done that. Once when he was like pretty brand new and he had to replace the whole device. The second time he managed to hold the device at an angle, and so like he was totally fine. That one was totally fine. So anyway, but we made it work. Oh, and let me just say that the Galaxy S20 is a pain in the rear end phone to work on.
Right.
Did I tell you about this? So we got brand new screens in that are supposed to be like OEM Samsung screens, and we put the motherboard and all the stuff into them, and then the front-facing camera doesn't work.
Yikes.
Yep. And they come like siliconed in to the frame. So we ended up just heating up that area and then kind of pulling the silicone out and then transplanting the original camera from the original frame into the new frame. That ended up making it work. But that was a nightmare phone. And don't even ask me how, but the SIM card tray, like you put a SIM card in and the phone's just like, and it doesn't want to do anything. It's like, there's no SIM card here. So we have no idea what happened with that. So, now whether or not that was working before when it came in, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, I'm sick of S20s. I do not want to touch one for a while. I should have made a bet with my manager and been, maybe I did. But when the next one comes in, I'm going to let him do it, and we'll see if he has the same issues. So anyway, moving on. Let's see here. So on the docket, we talked about the iPhone thing. Speaking of batteries, iOS 14. You may need to do something with your phone. We're also going to talk about AMD Zen 3, your Microsoft news, and the RTX 3070 launch. So, yeah. And a couple other things as well. So, with that, let me roll the intro real quick here. So yeah, if iOS 14 is causing battery drain on your device, you might need to wipe your iPhone, Zach.
Okay. All right.
So operating system updates can often suffer from unwanted glitches, and it seems that the latest iOS 14 and watchOS 7 releases from Apple are not immune to this right now. There have been complaints over the last few days that some people who have updated their devices have found, instead of increasing efficiency, a wide range of issues, including missing fitness data, health apps that reference or that refuse to open, inaccurate reports of stored data, and increased battery drain on iPhones and Apple Watches. But while Apple has posted a way to resolve some of these issues, it's not an easy fix. So yeah.
Thank you, Apple.
Right? Now, when The Verge checked Twitter, there were quite a few irritable messages from users whose batteries were losing power way too quickly. For example, one user tweeted, "The battery drain is unbelievable, from 90% to 3% in 1 hour."
Quite clearly a thing, yeah. That's
most people aren't having.
That's quite clearly not
not a battery issue.
Not a yeah.
Well, okay,
it
could be, but even with a bad battery, that's still relatively quick.
It's very quick.
Very
very quick.
Most people aren't having battery issues nearly as dire, but this does show the level of problems some people are encountering right now. Some guy on Twitter says, if you haven't done the iOS 14 update, don't do it! The battery drain is unbelievable, from 90% to 3% in 1 hour. Now, Apple has already issued one bug fix update, 14.0.1, but none of these issues were part of that fix. Instead, Apple has suggested that if you're experiencing 2 or more of the listed issues, you unpair your iPhone and your Apple Watch, back up to the iCloud, erase all content from your iPhone, and then restore your iPhone and Apple Watch from the backups. Unfortunately, it looks like there is no way to restore missing workout route maps, environmental sound levels, and any other missing data. Apple suggests affected users follow the instructions to prevent further data loss. That is not a good enough solution, Apple.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
Just wipe your phone, man. That's fine.
I call
Sorry
that...
we broke your phone, but, you should just wipe it. Don't worry.
If it's a software issue, fix the software issue. And let me ask this. If it is a software bug, then how does backing up the phone, which presumably is going to... Well, I don't know. Here would be my thought. So I don't know exactly how the backup process works. I think it probably just backs up the data. But when you restore it, isn't it just going to install the latest iOS update, which already has problems anyway?
Maybe. I don't know what it's going to do.
That's just... I don't know. That seems like a horrible idea. Well, not necessarily a horrible idea, but it seems like a horrible fix.
Just wipe your phone, man. That's how you fix it.
I mean, it makes sense in some regards. When you're having software issues, sometimes wiping the device and reinstalling the operating system is a good way to fix it. But, it's not a great solution.
Oh, it's not at all.
Look, we give Microsoft a lot of crap, but they haven't sent an update down yet, at least as far as I can tell, that has made massive amounts of people need to basically reinstall Windows.
Yeah, that's...
I'm sure it's happened, but I don't know if Microsoft has ever publicly gone out and said, oh yeah, just reinstall Windows. That's the fix. And you know what? Apple is somehow going to find a way to turn this around and say, oh, well, it's your fault. And diehard Apple fans are going to be like, you know what? It is our fault. I don't know. What do you think, Zach? Is needing to...
I just want to know how, what did they do? What caused this?
I don't know. But that's what I want to know is in your opinion, is this a good solution to the problem? Or do you think that Apple should do something different? I guess we don't know the
software update clearly broke the phones, so they are responsible for whatever it takes to fix them, I think.
Right. Well, they are giving a solution, and that solution is to wipe your device. But what I'm asking
They're not doing anything for you, though. They're just telling you to restore your phone.
That's true. But what I'm asking...
The easiest solution ever.
Right, and that's what I'm asking is... Well, regardless of that, is the answer of, oh, oops, guess we messed something up in the software. You should just restore your wipe your device.
They will do that for me.
Well, yeah, if it really is a software bug, they should be able to issue a fix for it.
Yes.
I don't know. Bogus solution. Bogus
I
solution.
think so, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I think that's a load of rubbish. But anyway.
Yeah, it does sound like a bunch of crap.
Actually, let's see. If you're missing workout GPS routes or health data after updating to iOS 14 and watch OS 7, after updating to iOS 14 and watch OS 7, you might notice your workout route maps are missing in the Fitness app on iPhone for previous GPS-enabled workouts from your Apple Watch. The activity, heart rate, or other health-related apps fail to launch or load data on your Apple Watch. Let's see. Well, let's see here. So, unpair your Apple Watch from your iPhone. Verify iCloud settings and create a backup. Erase all content and settings from your iPhone. Restore your iPhone and Apple Watch from backup. Poor solution, Apple. Helpful? No. Thanks for letting us know. How can we make this article more helpful? Not so much the article, but fix the software issues. Like, seriously, don't give me a guide. Fix the problem.
Well, and you know that a lot of people aren't even going to know how the first thing how to do that.
This is true. Well, actually, let's see here. So, erase all content and setting verify iCloud settings and create a backup. On your iPhone, open the settings app, tap your name, tap iCloud, verify that health is turned on and tap it to turn on. Tap iCloud backup, verify that iCloud backup is turned on, or tap to turn it on. Tap backup now to create a backup and wait for it to complete. Then go to the settings app, tap general, tap reset, tap erase all content and settings. Turn on your iPhone and restore it from your iCloud backup. And they have a link to how to do that. But
so how about just push out a patch that fixes the problem?
Right, that's what I'm saying. instead of giving a guide like this, right? Why don't you just...
Why should I have to do all of that? Just
right.
Because they pushed out a stupid update that broke the phone.
Which is another interesting thing. And, you know, we've seen this with other hardware manufacturers. We've seen it with Microsoft and on the Surface lines with the missing GPUs. I don't know why I did the quotes, yeah. But the missing GPUs, right? And what always gets me, and even probably more so with Apple. Apple really, really does directly make the software and the hardware. And they have like total control over it. Probably more than what Microsoft does. They should be doing testing before they release an update. Look, you can't catch everything. I get that. But, I mean, that's a pretty major bug that somebody should have caught, I would think. Just my opinion. So, but you're right. Yes, Apple should definitely be working on fixing this instead of telling the end user, oh, well, you know, just wipe your device. So, moving on. First signs of AMD Zen 3 CPU surface. The Ryzen 7 5800X has been tested. AMD is preparing to launch the new iteration of desktop CPUs based on the latest Zen 3 core, codenamed Vermeer, I believe. So this will happen on October 8th. AMD will hold the presentation and again deliver the latest technology advancements in its desktop platform. I think it's important to remember that we aren't actually on Ryzen 3 yet.
Oh, of course we're not.
We're still not. I'm sorry, not Ryzen 3. Zen 3.
Yes.
We have the 3000.
I don't think anyone disputed that.
Well, but see, here's the thing. So AMD launched the 3000 series chips, right? And you would think that they would be Zen 3, but they're not. They're Zen 2 still. Because they relaunched the 1000 series, right? Zen 1. Then they launched the 2000 series, Zen 2. Then they launched the 3000 series, which is still Zen 2. You might think, like I did, that those were running on Zen 3, but they're not. So, just to clarify. I'm not saying that anyone was disputing it. I'm just saying that it could possibly be a little confusing. Now, the latest generation of CPUs will be branded as part of 5000 series, but so they're bypassing the 4000 series naming scheme, which should follow. So, no 4000 series chips.
They've already released some 4000 SKUs for whatever reason. I don't know, for laptops, I think. And they don't want to confuse people because I guess we're too stupid.
Okay. Yeah, given that the prior generation was labeled as 3000 series of processors. Nonetheless, AMD is going to bring a new Zen 3 core with its processors, which should bring modest IPC gains. It will be manufactured on TSMC's 7nm plus manufacturing node, which offers a further improvement to power efficiency and transistor density. Let's see. So there are some benchmarks of AMD's upcoming Ryzen 7 5800X CPU, which are all arbitrary numbers, as we've talked about before, because of course they're going to make it look good. Thanks to the popular hardware leaker, Episca? Any idea?
No.
Let's see. We have the first benchmarks of the new Vermeer processors. Compared to Intel's latest and greatest Core i9-10900K. The NVIDIA processor is an 8-core 16-thread model compared to the 10-core 20-thread Intel processor. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I heard a rumor that the 5800X, well, sorry, the 800. The 800 SKU, whatever it ends up being, will be a 10-core instead of an 8-core, but I don't know. I guess maybe. Oh wait, hang on. Maybe that's not true. I don't know. We're talking about a 5800X, aren't we? The
5800X. Yeah.
Maybe that rumor is not true. Then I don't know.
8-core 16-thread.
Woohoo!
Let's see.
I'm not going to buy one because all right.
We don't know the final clocks of the AMD CPU. We could assume that the engineering sample was used as we could see an even higher performance. Now, let's see here. We'll look at the slides in a second here. By the numbers shown, we could expect AMD to possibly be a new gaming king, as the numbers are very close to Intel. The average batch result for the Ryzen 7 5800X was 59.3 frames per second. And when it comes to CPU frames, it managed to score 133.6 frames per second. Intel's best managed to average 60.3 frames per second and 114.8 frames per second from the CPU frame rates. Both systems were tested with NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 2080 GPUs. Let's see here. Let me pull up the slide here. Oh, maybe. Do I know how to run a web browser today or not? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Zach, I'm going to shoot these over to you real quick, and I would love for you to break these down a little bit, even though they are primarily arbitrary.
All right, what is this? Let's see. What is this? Hold on.
I don't know what they tested this with.
Let's see. What do you mean what they tested this with?
Well, what game or...
I saw a little bit of something about tests done on Ashes of the Singularity, which is like a DX12 benchmark of a game that doesn't even exist yet, I don't think.
Okay.
Been around for a while. I don't know what the status of the actual game is, but it's been around in the form of a benchmark for quite a while.
I see.
This might be it. I don't know. But what are we looking at here? So, okay, I mean they're quite close.
Let's see.
Intel did a little bit better, it looks like.
I mean, Intel for a long time has kind of been has still been the leader in the gaming chip.
Yes, they have been. Let's see.
Now, based off the benchmarks, though, and what you're kind of seeing, is AMD closing that gap, though?
They have been closing the gap for a long time.
They have.
Well, hold on. One of these was tested with... One of these was tested with twice as much RAM. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Yeah, one of these was tested with 32 gigabytes. The other one was tested with 16 gigabytes.
Oh.
It's funny. It probably doesn't influence the benchmark that much, though. Or at all, really.
I was just gonna ask, yeah, does that affect the performance here, or the numbers?
I mean, look, if you ask me, I don't think these numbers are different enough to justify one over the other.
So they're within margin of error.
They look they're really close to each other.
They really are.
Are you really gonna notice like 5 FPS? You're probably not gonna notice at all. I don't know. It's just it really, to me, it looks like one less reason to buy Intel. You know, as the gap closes, you know, that gap was one of the only reasons you could justify buying Intel in the current CPU space.
You know,
and it's just looking less and less like you should buy Intel as they improve on the AMD side, the gaming performance.
something interesting, however, though, if you look at it, because this is something I didn't think about until just now, when you said that the performance is very, very close in the benchmarks, and you're right if we're looking at the slide here, but you have to remember that the AMD chip is doing this with less cores and less threads.
That is true. And there's another thing to consider is that we're not, I mean, look, it's all cool to look at some averages and be like, well, hey, you know, this one averages 5 more. Okay, great. They're pretty much the same anyway. But it's another thing to consider that you're not even getting the full picture from this, you know, this screenshot, right? The thing that you're missing is, for example, the frame times, right? Like if your frame rate is bouncing up and down and up and down and up and down, right? It might average to a nice pretty number, but it's going to look like crap. I'm willing to bet that neither of these look like crap. You know, these systems are no slouches, but you know, that's something to consider, is that just an average is not the full story at all.
You know, if you think about it,
It also depends on, you know, what kind of background tasks are you running. What kind of a like what kind of games do you like to play? Do you like to play games that are going to take advantage of multi-cores, or do you like to play games that don't really take advantage of multi-cores? So it's really a use case thing. I don't think it's fair to say one is just straight up better than the other in a gaming workload. Although you can generalize a little bit and say that Intel generally leads in that field.
Yeah, they generally have, but again, as we've seen, AMD is closing that gap.
Here's another thing to consider: how much do each of these cost?
Well, I was just gonna say this. Look, you pointed out the fact that one of them is using more memory than the other. I would venture to guess, though, that you're able to purchase more memory for the one, because then
900K will run you almost $700 on Amazon. Now, if we're okay, so we're talking about a 5800X. Well, we don't know how much that costs, but because it doesn't exist yet. Well, it does, but we can't buy it yet. But a 3800X costs less than $400, I believe. So, that's a thing. That's a thing that I cannot ignore. That is the thing that I cannot ignore. Although, what in this benchmark, it refers to a CPU frame rate, and I don't understand what that means. AMD leads in that regard, and I don't know what it even means.
Is that it rendering graphics on the CPU without?
No way. Absolutely not. CPUs are horrible at graphics compared to GPUs. I mean, that's obvious. That's why we have GPUs, because CPUs don't do those very well.
I know, but the some of these chips with the Vega graphics on them are doing okay-ish. I mean, you're not going to get crazy 4K.
You're not going to get 114 FPS at 4K on that. It must mean something else. There's no way that's what it means. I'm just a complete dork right now, and I don't know what I'm talking about. So, whatever. I have no idea.
I'm looking to see.
My only takeaway from this, after all the rambling and thinking through it myself, is that these two CPUs are extremely close in terms of performance in this benchmark. If this benchmark reflects performance in other games, then it's really just a wash which one you choose, right? If you're picking between these two CPUs, it's just whatever, But I'm willing to bet that a 38 or 5800X will not cost $700, and that's going to be definitely a winning bullet point for AMD there.
I was just going to say that AMD has really been making getting into the PC world of gaming pretty cost effective. Affordable is the word I was looking for. Pretty affordable.
Well, and you know what else? I heard some interesting rumors about the upcoming Radeon stuff, and I don't know. I mean, it sounds all cool and whatnot, but I'm going to be waiting whether I like it or not, because it's not exactly possible to buy an NVIDIA product right now if you don't have a bot to buy one for you.
Even if you do have a bot, might be
compete with all the other people who have a bot.
Yep, exactly. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll I'm just gonna see how it pans out, I guess, and we know that the 3070 is delayed, and I have no expectation of being able to get one anyway.
Right, and we're going to talk about that in a second here. Look, I would... I totally forgot what I was going to say.
I was not at all prepared to talk about this, though, so forgive me for sounding like kind of a dork.
I kind of dropped it on you, but... no, I know what I was going to say. AMD has made waves in the CPU space over the last 4 or 5 years now, something like that.
Made huge waves, and I want them to make huge waves in the GPU space.
And that's what I was just going to say. Is I want to see this happen in the GPU world, and really have some compelling options besides just NVIDIA. if they can do the same thing in the GPU world that they've done with the CPU, market, that's going to be huge, and could make could make Radeon products very very compelling. And
there's been nothing at the high end like at all from Radeon in years and years, and it's just stupid.
Look, I still want to see I still want to see Intel build the discrete graphics card too, and see what that looks like. I don't know if that's the route that they're planning on going. Probably eventually, but I think they're planning more on like on the data center space right now, I think. But if we can get three major players into the market there, that would create some good competition, hopefully, and be good for the end user and the consumer. So, anyway, moving on.
It's the only person who, or that's the only people it would be good for, and the only people who it matters anyway. The only people who matter anyway.
Time for Microsoft news. Ooh, I let that hang a little bit too long. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize I had that setting set. Anyway, Microsoft news this week. I did an OBS update, and I'm having to get used to it. There's some changes in OBS, but anyway. Zach, we're talking about Microsoft. What is Microsoft's email solution called?
Hotmail?
No.
Yeah, it is.
It's
their webmail.
Actually, I think they've kind of discontinued that.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it in a while. It's kind of
not Hotmail, but this one starts with an O.
Oh, wow. Gee, very difficult question.
What is it?
Don't insult me. It's Outlook. Don't insult me with your crap guessing games.
Look, you know what? I've always liked Outlook. I think it's actually a pretty decent email client.
Outlook's a pile of trash. Outlook's such a pile of trash. It's just full of bloat. It's full of bloat features that
I'll be honest, the last time
me fix all the time. My calendars don't work. Ooh.
I'll be honest, the last time, actually, no, I use it at the TV station, but I haven't been there for a while. But besides that, the only place that I really check my email is through web browsers now, web applications. But this is something for you to laugh at, Zach. And actually, I don't know if it maybe affected your entity, but Microsoft Outlook was down worldwide for 4 hours the other day.
You mean Office 365?
Maybe. Microsoft
Outlook is a program. It's not a service.
No, it is. It's a service online. Outlook.com.
What?
Because they've taken it as
I thought Office 365 was a service that you access with Outlook, and you can access Outlook in a browser. Look, I don't care.
You can.
Forget it.
You can. Anyway, Microsoft Outlook service was down worldwide the other day. When was this? This was October 1st.
Didn't affect us at all.
It was last Thursday.
That was all hosted by us. We don't have to worry about them.
See, that's interesting because a lot of companies choose to just let Microsoft handle all that because they have to update the servers and bandwidth and all this other stuff. It goes down all the
time for other stupidity, but not Microsoft stupidity.
Anyway, so the service was down worldwide on October 1st. Affecting Outlook on the web, Outlook.com, and Outlook on desktop and mobile. But yeah, you're right. If you're hosting everything through your own servers, then it wouldn't cause any issues. The outage started around 2 a.m. Eastern Time, and Microsoft has confirmed it was affecting users worldwide. Outlook users were unable to access their email, and Outlook.com was failing to load for around 4 hours. Now, Microsoft says a recent configuration change was to blame for the issue. We've determined that a recent configuration update to components that route user requests was the cause of impact, says Microsoft in a service message on Twitter. We've reverted the update and are monitoring the service for recovery. Can you imagine if...
How embarrassing for them.
Can you imagine if somebody just put the wrong IP address in somewhere or something like that, and it broke Outlook completely? They have an extra number in there somewhere or something. It's it just breaks everything. Because that's all it takes.
Yes.
Anyway, so this is the second major Microsoft service outage in less than a week. On last Monday, Microsoft Outlook, Office 365, Teams, and other services all experienced issues for hours. Unlike other companies like Cloudflare, Microsoft doesn't fully detail the root cause of its outages, so we might never know exactly why its Outlook email service has experienced significant issues twice in a week. Outlook services have started to come back online for most people. They should be fine now, and Microsoft says it has reverted the update, and telemetry shows that the service is now recovering. Okay.
Telemetry,
eh? Telemetry, yes.
Their favorite word.
Moving on to our, those are all the main topics that I have for this week. I've got a couple of, quick kind of rapid fire things here. Apple imagines a foldable iPhone, Zach.
Oh, not another stupid foldable phone.
And it gets better. It gets better with a
phones. Does anyone actually want this? What's wrong with my phone that's just a brick?
Bigger screen. Yeah, so they imagine an iPhone.
I don't need to be bigger.
Hold on, Zach. So they imagine a foldable iPhone. Get this, with a self-healing display.
How? Why?
I don't know. An Apple patent application published the other day reveals an idea for a foldable smartphone that would include a self-healing display cover, allowing the device to repair dents or scratches covering the screen. The application, spotted by Patently Apple, was originally filed by Apple in January. As Apple wrote in the patent application, the proposed concept display would allow the device to repair itself without the user having to manually intervene. In theory...
I have a problem with that, is that if it can do that, that implies that the display itself is, malleable, I guess. Which would probably make it more susceptible to being damaged in the first place.
Yeah, I don't know. But in theory, the foldable self-healing could activate automatically, such as when the device is being charged or on a predetermined schedule. And it would use
heat. If it works, it sounds cool, but I don't know.
So it would use heat, light, or electric current to repair the protective layer above the screen. The patent application also says the hypothetical device's screen cover may include a layer of elastomor?
That's a word.
That can lose and regain its shape to keep the sensitive inner workings of a device protected. In theory, the material for the concept would make the foldable's overall display cover more durable. Okay. Several tech companies, including Samsung and Motorola, are already making different styles of foldable phones, but Apple's proposed self-healing feature would add a unique spin to these devices. Samsung's first take on this type of foldable phone, the Galaxy Fold, suffered from issues with the durability of the screen's display. The phone was delayed after several review units failed in quick succession, something It looks like the verge may be encountered in a review unit. Basic self-healing technology has been seen in at least one smartphone already. LG's G Flex from 2013 and had a self-healing rear cover that was supposed to repair minor scrapes such as a knife scratch. It wasn't that effective, though. It could not recover from a key scratch during the Burgess testing, with other reviewers comparing it to Wolverine if he could only heal from paper cuts and nothing else. I don't get the reference there. Anyway, okay. It's interesting.
I'll believe it when I see it work.
Oh, I skipped over this real quick. Yeah, NVIDIA delays the RTX 3070 launch to October 29th.
And what is the cited reason for that? Is it to fight AMD? Is it to get more stock?
I don't know. NVIDIA has delayed the launch of its upcoming GeForce RTX 3070 graphics card, so there's more stock available on launch day. Well, yeah, because what did they just launch that was a total disaster?
The 3080 and the 3090 were disasters, yeah.
In a blog post,
nobody who wanted one could get one.
In a blog post, the company admitted that the news may be disappointing to some, but said this shift will help our global partners get more graphics cards into the hands of gamers on launch day. The graphics card will now launch on October 29th rather than October 15th. So the delay comes after NVIDIA had to apologize for stock surges after the release of the GeForce RTX 3080 graphics cards last month. The company said it was not prepared for the amount of demand for these new GPUs.
Well, yeah, that's
really, guys.
That's because people didn't upgrade to Turing because it wasn't really that great.
They had to have some idea, though, that there was going to be a demand for these cards.
I think so, but
which led to the card selling out almost immediately. Hopefully, this means that it will have enough RTX 3070s to satisfy demand at the end of October. It'll have a starting price of $499. The GeForce RTX 3070. I want to say GTX, but it's not. Is the cheapest of the 3 ampere powered graphics cards. NVIDIA announced at the beginning of September alongside the RTX 3080 and RTX 3090. NVIDIA says the RTX 3070 should match the performance of last generation's RTX 2080 Ti and is an average of 60% faster than the RTX 2070. What were you going to go for?
Well, I was going to try to get a 3080, but I don't know. I mean, like, let's say AMD puts out something that's comparable to, like, somewhere between a 3070 and a 3080, but it costs closer to a 3070. Yeah, I'd buy that.
Would you spend $500 for a 3070? Or are you just not even interested?
I was already planning to spend that much. Probably a little bit more than that much. I was planning.
Yeah, but on the 3080, right?
Yeah, but 3080 doesn't cost $500. It costs $700. If I had been able to get one, I probably would have. Yeah, like I was ready to get one. I don't know. Maybe it's, and I was. So here's the plan, right? Here, the plan was I would get one and then I would not open it. I would just hold on to it for a bit, see how things panned out, right? If there were any issues or if there were like reviews that came out that said it sucks, waste of time, whatever. Okay, fine, I can send it back. I can try to sell it, whatever. But
bots just buy all of them up.
I couldn't get one. Like when I was hitting refresh on the site, it just nothing, and then it just flipped straight to out of stock completely, like just instant. Not a chance. I had no chance to get one. So I mean, yeah, that sucks, but whatever, right? Fortunately, I still have a working card, so I can use that. But
so yeah, we'll see what happens. Rounding things out, I think, for this week, Zach, I believe in it. You don't. UPSs on your systems.
I don't not believe in UPSs. I just don't have one and don't feel a need to have one.
I have a UPS at least on Redmond. My other systems, who cares? But yes, Redmond for sure is on a UPS here. Who is one of the major manufacturers of UPSs out there, Zach? Do you know?
I have no idea.
APC.
Okay.
You've heard that name before, haven't you?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, APC. Wow. APC is launching a gamer UPS.
UPS? Are you serious? What is it? What is? Why?
I don't know. I am going to direct you to the little video box in your corner.
Why?
Again. Are you ready?
Gamer UPS.
Are you ready?
What kind of cringe-worthy product is this?
Hold on. Are you ready? Are you looking at the little box?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Because I've got a video.
I'm really not, but I'm ready.
Here we go.
Of course it's RGB. Gamer. Oh my gosh, that's just ridiculous. No. 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 I will not buy this, and no one should buy this. Because it's probably just overpriced. It's probably just overpriced. I guarantee you it's just overpriced with some RGB on it. Hey, look, guys, it's for gamers. No, it's not. It's for anyone who needs a UPS, just like any other UPS is. There's no gamer UPS and non-gamer UPS. Like, come on. What do corporations think about gamers? They must think gamers are just a bunch of stupid idiots.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's awful.
You know, one of my favorite things about doing this show.
Can't believe there's actually RGB on it. There's literally RGB like strip going around it.
What am I?
That is just so dumb. RGB UPS.
What am I
kidding me?
One of my favorite things about this show is the fact that I have done it with you for so long that I know how to push your buttons. And I
think that's funny. It doesn't make me angry.
No. What I'm saying is I know how to push your buttons in the sense that I know how to get certain reactions out of you that I know are just going to be hilarious like that.
Obvious. I mean, that one's a no-brainer, okay? That one's a no-brainer. Like, just what an absolutely stupid product that is. That is a product coming soon. You can't even buy it yet, and it already has no reason to exist. What a joke.
Yeah, just when you thought there was a gaming version of everything with shiny flashing LEDs, we've seen storage, SSDs, M.2 drives, fans, speakers, chairs, keyboards, headsets, mice, and even backpacks. What?
They're all useless.
There's still one that you're missing. And it's the APC Backups Pro Gaming UPS. A UPS or uninterruptible power supply enables whatever is plugged into it to keep functioning during a power outage. Yep. Let's see. Is there anything about pricing?
And when can I when can I live in a gamer house, and when can I drive a gamer car and go to a gamer job, and like, gosh, it's just eat gamer food, and oh man, it's just like, when can I just really truly live a gamer life? You know, like, come on. Honestly, like, jeez, they're really slacking. Really, like, that's all I'm saying. Okay.
Let's see. The press release provided, unfortunately, doesn't go into any details about the capacity of the UPS. Okay. Typically with UPS, one would expect
that seems like a really important thing.
Yeah, typically one would expect some technical details regarding time and peak power. Running a 50-watt HTPC will clearly last longer than a 1600-watt gaming machine.
1600 watts? What are you running? What?
I don't know.
You need a nuclear reactor to power that. Oh yeah, just my 2080 Ti's over here. No big deal. Okay, Mr. Supercomputer Man. Whatever. 1600 watts gaming computer.
That is pretty elaborate.
That is ridiculous. That's like 3 gaming computers.
Let's see. Based on the design, it looks like a repackaged BR 1500 MS, a unit with a total of 10 outlet capacity of a peak 900 watts or 100 or 1500 VA. I think that's volt amps.
Wow, I'm shocked they would take an existing product, put some RGB on it, and call it a gamer version. I'm shocked they would do that.
That unit takes 16 hours to charge and retails for $220. But you can bet your rear end that this new one is going to cost way more than that because it's gamer.
Gamers.
Oh, and it's got RGB
honestly,
built into it.
If I have to use any non-gaming products in my life, I just feel sad, you know, like they didn't think of me. You know, like every day I go to work in my non-gamer car and I check my non-gamer phone, and you know, it's just.
I forgot about the gamer phones.
Food. Oh yeah, they actually do have gamer phones. God, those are horrible.
The Razer phone.
There's an Asus one too, and there's other companies making them. Every day I play Fortnite Mobile on my non-gamer phone. Oh.
But Zach, you can't download Fortnite anymore.
That's right, I can't. Well, I have an Android phone, so I can sideload it. Apple doesn't make a gamer phone, so it sucks if you're an iPhone.
Apple doesn't believe in gamers,
sucks
remember?
If you prefer iPhone, because Apple doesn't believe in gamers. You know what? For all this crap we talk about Apple, they at least don't buy into this like gamer product.
No, but you know what they do buy? No, they're just as bad. You know what they buy into? We're the company for creators. Except for we're going to sell you a laptop for doing creative work that's going to suffer from cooling problems.
It won't be able to.
And by the way, we're going to sell it with these specs, right? But here's
be able to reach because it will
right. You can't even reach the base clock speeds because it'll thermal throttle before it gets there.
Thank you, Apple. Very cool. Oh man, I just love to make fun of corporations for things like that. It's just makes me feel good. What do they think? Like, what do they think people are? How stupid do they think people are? Like, well, I guess it must work because they keep doing it. But like, you know, they just take an existing product and slap "it's for gamers" all over it and put some RGB all over it and jack up the price, and apparently people buy it. I don't get it.
I can't wait to go back and rewatch that part of the stream later.
Oh. Gamer UPS. God, that's just the most ridiculous thing.
Oh, you know what the hilarious part is right? I already kind of pushed your buttons a little bit by saying, "Oh yeah, they made a gamer UPS." You're already disgusted, right? But then I take it one step further with the video.
Oh yeah, and it's all like serious, you know. You can tell that this product takes itself very seriously.
You couldn't hear the music that went around, like went along with it.
It was horrible. I bet it was all serious too.
Hold on.
Oh man, no, I don't need to. I really don't need to.
I'm curious to.
No, I won't do this.
Please.
I've heard enough.
Please.
I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Okay.
Oh, this article doesn't even have it on here. Wow, you might be safe.
Look, you know, really.
That's what I was trying to figure out. I wanted to be able to pipe the audio to you without you hearing yourself, because that was going to drive you crazy. and I had it kind of working, but the plugin that I was using like distorted the audio really badly, and I wasn't going to live with that. So anyway, but yeah,
This is awful. Look, you know what? What should really happen is no one should buy this, and then they can realize it was a stupid idea and not do it again. That's all. That's what should happen, really.
Well, I
This is
mean,
a waste of time.
the Razer phone didn't last very long.
They made a second one. What do you mean?
They did?
Yeah, they did. There's a Razer Phone 2, I'm pretty sure, isn't there? Razer Phone 2. Yeah, there's a Razer Phone 2. Yep, and it looks just like the last one, a giant brick. Look at those bezels. Those bezels are like a throwback right there. Everybody's all these days like, no bezels, guys. We have to get rid of the bezels at any cost. And, Razer are just like, hold on, man. We need to put the fattest bezels on here, okay?
Products.
What? $800? What? $800?
Hey, it's cheaper than the new Galaxies and iPhones.
My phone costs less than that, and it has a better processor and 4 times as much storage. So much for, you would think those are things that you would expect to be very important for a gamer phone, but nope, I guess you're going to overpay for less. Flagship gaming phone.
I heard that the Moto G is actually a pretty compelling option.
Like, you know what, if I saw someone pull this phone out of their pocket, I would just laugh at them. Like it looks hideous. Ignoring the specs, it looks hideous too. Look at it. It's just a big giant brick. It is just the most brick looking phone I've ever seen. And those bezels are horribly ugly. Oh my gosh, this is bad. This is not good. The only thing I can say about this phone is I've actually seen the display in person, and it does look really nice.
You've seen one?
Yep.
Where?
120 hertz is great.
Where?
At Best Buy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I saw one at a Best Buy.
I didn't realize. Oh, interesting.
Oh my. Oh. Oh. God, this is just awful.
Let's see. The Moto G7 Play, right now on sale for $130. It has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 632 octa-core processor and an ultra-wide 7.5 Max Vision HD Plus display.
What is this compelling for?
I don't know. Just the price of it for what it is, I think.
32 gigs of storage. That could be a problem. But it's expandable.
Probably is.
Not necessarily, unfortunately.
I said it probably is.
And I said, unfortunately, not necessarily.
Oh, yeah, expanded storage. Store more photos, songs.
Play that costs less on Amazon, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, it does have expandable storage. Face unlock, fingerprint sensor, 40 hours of power, 13 megapixel camera. I'm just saying that for like in the smartphone market right now, for what it offers, I think the Motorola G series is actually kind of a compelling option. They're pretty nice phones. Oh, and they don't do all the extra like bloatware stuff like Samsung does.
I will say it until the end of time. That's one of the things I just love about my phone. It is as basic as you can get in software, and that's what I wanted. It's exactly what I wanted.
Right. All right.
The reviews aren't very good for this one, but hey, whatever, right?
Last thing, Google will give you a new Chromecast for free if you pay for 1 month of YouTube TV.
That shows how cheap it is.
They're only like $35.
Well, yeah, but how cheaply made it probably is. And you know what else? They probably just want you to forget that you're subscribed to that.
You know why I think they're so cheap? Is because they don't come with remotes or anything like that.
So they're gonna make money off you after the fact from the subscription that they hope you forget about, as well as the crap you have to buy for it.
No, because your remote is your device.
Okay.
Confused the heck out of me the first time we got one, but yeah.
That's kind of neat, though. You know, I mean, I don't need a TV remote. You know.
Yeah, your device is your remote, and it's basically a way to just cast the content to it. Although it looks like this new one does come with a remote included.
You know what? If I was an avid like movie or TV watcher or whatever, I would like a device like that I could just plug into a laptop and it would just cast it to the TV straight away.
You can kind of do
That'd
that.
be a cool device.
Actually,
I bet something like that exists or something, but who knows?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me do this real quick.
Imagine you just open up your laptop, right? You plug this thing into your HDMI port, and it just goes straight to the TV. Just like completely copy paste right onto the TV.
They make something like that.
No processing or anything. I'm sure there's something like that. That'd be cool.
Okay.
But you know what? I don't need that because I don't have any need for that. Anyway, I also have about 5 minutes, sir. So
yeah. Okay. So TV behind me, right?
It's behind you.
It's got the Ram Show logo running on it.
I cannot see it. It looks like a blob.
I know. But anyway, so it's got the Ram Show logo on it behind me, right? It is being played from this tablet.
And what's the input device on the TV?
HDMI using a Chromecast.
Okay, but you can't use that's because it's an Android tablet.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to cast a Windows PC to that.
You can? Kind of.
You don't sound very sure about that, but you know what? Whatever. It doesn't matter.
I said you can kind of.
Right.
Hold on. Well, see, it's weird how it works. Let's see. Oh, that's not what I want. Let's send. I thought I could. I can cast specific things though. Oh, here we go. Cast. So I can actually control it from here. See how it went away?
What am I seeing though? I don't see anything.
And now I'm showing my web page behind me that I've got pulled up.
There you go. That's pretty cool. Shows how much I know about TVs and casting devices and all that. It's about nothing.
All right, I'm gonna shut that off because I've removed the. Let's see here. Ooh, make sure I hit the right one. We use Hulu TV, so how we are doing it is we are casting. My mom has an iPad, and she casts the basically the Hulu app to the Chromecast, and then that's how she watches TV. So, yeah, I've got a Chromecast basically on actually every TV in the house has a Chromecast. Either attached to it or built into it. Actually, my TV is the only one that has one built into it. So anyway, but yeah. No, they're pretty cool. I've been using them for years, and for $35, I think they're actually a really compelling option. I haven't had issues with them. So actually, I take that back. I had an issue with one where it would randomly restart, and I think that's just because it was overheating. Because it was kind of tucked back behind some stuff, but moved it around, and it was totally fine. So anyway, yeah. Nice compelling option. I like them. So, yeah, I'm not quite sure. You probably could download some kind of app onto your computer that would allow you to cast it to the TV. So anyway, but yeah, okay. I have nothing else. So, thanks for joining us. Thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Comment down below. Get subscribed to the channel if you haven't done that already, and turn on the bell for notifications. And with that, yeah, that's it. We will see you next week.